Welcome back to Mortal Kombat Deception. So yeah, we're now officially honorary Satan Guardsmen from Order Realm.
You know, I'm not.
And there was much rejoicing.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. For the place that's supposed to be the opposite of Chaos Realm, this place doesn't feel like the high Ultra Order Realm.
Their concept of order is the fact that everything is perfectly shaped. Also, someone is running.
Oh, remember, Jabba, right now that's because this guy here is disrupting the order, so it's our mission now to stop him. So.
What I mean is, like, I was expecting some high-octane bout of order when we first entered, but no.
Darius is another character introduced in this game, and is arguably one of the lamest.
So lamer than our new main protagonist?
Darius, you had the chance of plausible deniability. Why did you just admit that you're Darius?
Take a wild guess. It's another. It's part of Order Realm, but it's like he might as well be one member of the Dark Dragon, Black Dragon,
so,
because again, it sounds just as lame and not interesting as Suhao and another guy from the Black Dragon clan.
So going off your description, Jarek. So going off of your description, Tio, still a more interesting character than Shujinko.
Shujinko. Okay, at the very least, the Shujinko is going through an arc. It's still lame, but it's going through an arc. It's just this guy is just as a cool appearance, and that's all.
Honestly, Tia, with how the story's been going, I struggle to call Shujinko's thing a character arc. It's more like, well, it's
on autopilot. That's the thing, Java. It's on autopilot, but it's an arc nonetheless.
Not only that, but he hasn't really changed. I mean, sure, yeah, he's changed in his outward appearance because he got aged up by Time Piss, but otherwise, hey, Glibs coined that term, so we're sticking with it.
Well, actually, it was me. It was me that coined it, technically, but yeah.
Whoever it just works.
Spoilers loading screen. Come on.
Yeah, that was a bit of a spoiler, but yeah, regardless of all this or that, nothing has really changed. Also, wait, so we don't train with that guy and learn his abilities?
I guess because it's urgent.
He's a bad guy. He's a bad guy. Our mission was just to defeat him, and that's it.
Despite the fact that he was actually from Order Realm, so what the fuck happened?
But yeah, honestly, Shujinko hasn't changed much as a character.
Wait, we're being spied.
Thank you, Hotaru.
So there you go. Now he's gonna go to Outworld like he promised. Oh!
Ooh, she just gotta go fast.
There he goes.
Green Hills all in the background.
You see, Jova, in the Mortal Kombat universe, everybody runs like hell.
Like
Look, it's a green hill zone as you truly imagined it.
Yes, the order.
I've not played Sonic 4.
Get on it, Sonic Team. The order zone.
Well, to be fair, this resembles a bit Sky Sanctuary, I guess.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Do a dark reprise of Sky Sanctuary.
I'm not even sure if it's possible.
The environments in this level.
If Star Wars could do a light reprise of the Empire theme, then I'm pretty sure anything can do a dark reprise.
You were saying, Pedro?
Seriously, the textures in Order Realm are very similar to a late 90s PC game.
Yeah.
When did this game come out?
2004.
It does remind me of Myst. In general, the architecture in this game this Conquest one reminds me a lot of Myst.
Would you say it feels like a point-and-click game with the architecture?
No. Point-and-click games were more sprite-based than polygon-based.
Like I said, Myst is a good exception because that one is actually polygon based.
Okay, so back to Outworld.
Played
again. The game is literally spoiling itself with its loading screens.
Again, the other one that I noticed before, the one where Shao-Kahn scolds Shujinko like an angry parent. Shujinko, did you forget to tidy your room?
Alright, so so now Hotaru is going to help out Outworld and basically just, get the city under control. Let's see what and Molina's no longer here, so it looks like he succeeded.
There he is. It's just chilling.
You have returned. It is good to see you again, Hotaru.
He's voice acting, man.
How many times does Shujinko start every conversation with "It's good to see you again"? Insert person's name here.
The most awkward way possible, mind you.
However, King Zephyro seemed not to recall that arrangement.
Yeah, that's because we kind of lied.
Oh my god, how stupid are you?
Agreement is binding. As punishment for his forgetfulness, I have stripped him of his position. I now rule this town in the name of Sado.
Congratulations,
Hotaru. Now, I must see
Yeah, well done, I guess.
Shujinko, you're an ass.
And
That's
an idiot.
I don't know too. I attribute this more to stupidity than malice.
Also, hi Baraka. Well, okay, these are generic Tarkatan.
No, but
Okay.
no, this is Baraka. No, this is Baraka.
He had a better voice in Mortal Kombat 4 than in this game.
Is this Robin Kid also?
Probably.
It might be credited in the additional voices. Let me check.
I mean, you can tell it's still based on Richard DeVizio, the body appearance, but yeah, the voice is definitely not Richard DeVizio.
Overlord Zephyro defied him. When Shao-Kahn discovers that our assault has failed.
No, Robin Akindos is not credited, so it's clearly
Yeah,
someone else.
I think this game is pretty much just using the developers.
Unless he did it uncredited.
Remember, around this time, Robin Akindos was starting to get a grip on, video game voice acting.
Like,
Let's
like
remember,
to.
too, he could have done it uncredited, as a lot of people tend to do for whatever reason here and
To be
there.
fair, well, that's the thing, Jova. A lot of voice actors are credited here just for simple stuff like additional voices. Shujinko, again, you're an idiot.
Then prove yourself in battle. Kill me if you can.
These guys should have won at any point the Darwin Awards.
You know, Baraka literally could have killed him if he had just had everyone gang up on
Also,
him.
that are cutting in the background.
Alright, so.
Seriously,
Go ahead.
the way the story went, it implies that, Shinjuku went with his demands because obviously they could have easily have ganged up on him and killed him. Why not just do that now and kill him?
Because Baraka's an idiot.
To be fair,
He's
the
also a jobber.
Tarkatans are not the smartest race in Outworld.
And yet, still smarter than Shinjuku.
Man, the Tarkatans almost went extinct by Mortal Kombat 10.
Oh, it's a different timeline.
I thought that was the Reptiles race instead.
Yeah, Reptile's race is usually the one that's nearly extinct, with Reptile being the last one.
Okay, I don't remember specifically. It might be because it might be explained because the Xenomorph that is present as one of the DLC character is essentially a Xenomorph that mutated from a Tarkatan instead of just from a base human. So we might explain there something like that.
And there we go.
And stay down.
That's victory.
Alright, so Baraka, what now?
Shao-Kahn's called him parenting. He looks so stupid.
I would not have thought it possible. Tell me quickly before I change my mind.
You are a powerful warrior, Baraka. I ask that you teach me your fighting techniques.
I am human. I will show you why I am the most feared Tarkatan in Shao-Kahn's army.
And there you go. That's our reward for beating him. Now we get to learn his techniques.
Also, more spoilers.
Jesus.
Keep in mind, I'm
That's
not.
what we called, Mortal Kombat spoilers.
Keep in mind. Trust me, you're not. You're seeing something completely unedited. Those loading screens are exactly as
you.
But now, like I was saying to you. No. Remember, Joe. Like I keep saying, do not attribute to malice what can be easily attributed to stupidity.
Sure.
This is pure stupidity.
I will say this.
Also,
it is
I
possible
swear-
for there to be both.
I swear there was an occasion there was another video game that spoiled the stuff within its loading screens, but I can't remember for saving my life what that would be. Like Nier in its introduction, FNB does spoil most of the stuff, even though thankfully it's kind of out of context. thankfully. Some games tend to do that too. But it's just that in the actual loading screens, I do specifically remember a game doing kind of exactly like this game is doing. I just forgot which one does. Also, obviously, the sound mixing in the combat is still kind of like garbage.
Make do with what you can.
Basically, yeah. But yeah, the same stuff we know by this point. It boils down to this. It's the fact that okay, I guess we're supposed to tell like Shujinko got manipulated. The problem is that the story never at any point tries to make him a bit more how should I put this?
Endearing. It doesn't have him learn soon enough.
No, not really.
It just has him constantly spinning his wheels.
Like I said, Rob, we'll get to the Pikachu shock phase moment where he was like, wait, I actually hated bad guys all this time?
Like, seriously, he may be the dumbest Mortal Kombat character at this point in the history, in the series' history.
Mm-hmm.
And we have seen some pretty dumb characters in this series.
Like, I hate Sora for this very reason, but I argue that he at least has a bit more, intuition than fucking Shujinko.
Yeah. And I'll give Sora this. He does pick up on things and learn along the way.
Well, to be fair, I did the comparison in the previous part of the previous one. No, this is more akin to Terra, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Terra's a better pick too, to be honest with you, than Sora.
He definitely took
I guess the only way I compare to Sora is for the more carefree attitude and the desire to do good.
Well, that's just that's fine by me.
Like I said, he's more in the Rika. He's more like in the Terra and Riku school of stupidity.
Yeah. Although, like I said, I will argue he's more stupid than Terra, to be honest with you. At this point, no, the Shujinko. I mean, Shujinko at this point has surpassed Terra as far as I'm concerned.
Like I said, Terra wrote the book, Riku wrote the sequel, Shinjuku wrote the entire franchise.
Wait, I thought you were talking about Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, wait, what?
Yes.
So strictly for
you were looking for?
Strictly for comparison purposes, that.
Yeah. No, it's like, okay.
Shujinko is making Terra seem like the most intellectual person that has ever been born at this point.
Amazing. Like, again, we wouldn't harp.
Terra, you can understand why he was so ungodly gullible, because it's like he was annoyed that I failed my test.
The problem, Dej, is that they try to do that. The problem, Dej, is that they needed stronger characterization to make that work. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I didn't say Birth by Sleep's plot was.
I mean, I have a soft spot for Birth by Sleep, but even I will say that there's a lot of major issues with that. Like,
that they don't talk.
Huh?
That the friends don't talk.
It's
obviously.
It's also a problem common to a lot of prequels where stuff has to happen because it has to fit in with the.
Honestly, I will argue that's the least of Birth by Sleep's problems. To be honest with you.
Oh no, well, okay.
It's definitely a problem still.
To be fair, I still personally believe it's the thing that act is more as a catalyst and everything else propagates from that. Because otherwise, they still mention, but they still, don't like 3D's plot more than Birth by Sleep. So there is that too.
It's one of those cases where
3D's plot makes Birth by Sleep's plot.
No, 3D. Oh no. Birth by Sleep, I can still enjoy it because there are elements that I genuinely enjoy, like Vanitas. I like much like Teo. I have a soft spot for some edgelord characters, and I think Vanitas is really cool in that regard. As far as that kind of, if you're into that kind of thing, of course. But no, Dream Drop plot is just garbage altogether.
Not just that.
Nothing happens.
It's not even that. Okay, it's not even that. The only credit I will give is that it finally, finds one way to humble down Sora. Even though in order to, it's I tear my own legs in order to beat you with them kind of way.
Not only that, Tio, it doesn't matter because Kingdom Hearts 3 pretty much goes back to saying that,
he's a Lord and Savior, yeah.
Like, and
It's
you know,
also-
He had the power of awakening.
To be fair, Sora being the chosen one was always a thing from the very first game. To be fair.
No, Pedro. The point was the opposite. It was that he wasn't the chosen one, but despite that, he still managed to, do good and excel above the supposed.
Sure.
Okay, it's not even that. For me, it's more the fact that it was portrayed in the previous game as this pure, incorruptible entity, and 3D was like.
Sure. Even then, I will still only slightly take the plot of 3D over the plot of Recoded for one specific reason. For as terrible as 3D's plot is, something at the very least happened. Terrible, stupid stuff, yes, but at least something happened. Whereas in Recoded, nothing happens.
Pedro, we needed to learn to thank nominate, which kind of
even
the characters still have not done.
We need Jesse McCartney to repeat the word pain over and over.
I like Jesse McCartney, so I'm kind of okay with that. But you could have found a better excuse to do that.
Well, don't you see, Pedro? Well, don't you see, Pedro? We needed to turn the word hurt into a noun.
Remember, Teo, my favorite character.
Jova, I just want you say that, but you have to realize that Final Fantasy VII is a game where where these giant beasts are called weapons. The organization is called Avalanche. It's like let's
it is a Square Enix game.
Exactly. So it's nothing.
That's the rule, Dej. A Square Enix game would not be complete without some pretentious dialogue here and there.
Yeah.
Actually, if you fuck up Latin,
This isn't the right word to use, but okay.
Remember, Teo, Roxas is my personal favorite Kingdom Hearts character, so I would be technically on paper I would be okay with that. It's just that they found such a bad excuse for Roxas to say pain. So
Roxas pretty much got a raw deal character-wise and participation-wise for a good chunk of the series.
Well, remember, like I said before, I'm very tolerant to slow-paced stories where the characters are just talking about their feelings and stuff like that. So I'm more tolerant than most to stuff like that. So
I also understand.
Talking about feelings is fine, but with Kingdom Hearts they go into freaking soliloquies.
I'm also okay with what the arc they were going for. The whole thing about creatures that are not considered people should be considered people, but thankfully we're done with this.
I must keep some techniques to myself.
I thank you for what you have
You
shown.
told us everything.
Yeah, sure.
Passage from our encampment. Go back to your portal and never return to this realm.
Yes.
Or what?
Leave this realm at once. There is nothing more.
Shujinko, why?
Really?
well, okay. To be fair, he's actually right on that. We already got the Outworld Kamidogo, so technically there's no point in staying here.
Here's the problem. For a guy
I just love how Shujinko complies immediately.
Not only that, but for a guy who supposedly is trying to do right by everyone, you think he'd know that leaving these guys, unattended might be a bad thing.
Not my problem.
Yeah, like his duties to the other gods, Jova, not the Outworld people.
Remember, they're touting him as the goody two-shoes who's all about doing right everything, which has been his whole character and stuff. Now suddenly it's not.
I don't know what to tell you, Jova.
Again, if you wanted to make this new character endearing to fans as a replacement to Liu Kang, you needed to do better.
There we go.
Yeah, this is what happened. This is what I'm always afraid of that happens when you kill off long-running characters. They're replacements of this guy.
Dweebs, he would not like at all Soul Calibur 5 because he does that to almost all of its cast.
Ooh.
Thankfully, again, Bandai was. I'm sorry, I'll mention later.
So there you go. See, Jova. This is our.
With 6.
There you go. See, Jova, is loyalty to the other gods the game award, a participation in the Mortal Kombat tournament, specifically the first one of the first game. However, we already know that he doesn't participate in that tournament, so we know that something's gonna happen.
Let me guess, Tio, 6-6 that.
Yes, that's all you need to know.
Thank you, Damashi. I will return to Earthrealm at once.
I long rolls of tongue so well done.
Alright, back to Earthrealm. Let's see what wacky hijinks await us there.
Well, I won't say wacky, but there'll definitely be hijinks. Because, I mean, so far this game story is just kind of boring.
No, the big problem with this story is that it's just, we have to go here, we have to go there, we have to do this, we have to do that.
It's also a huge shame because this is the one that starts to expand a lot more the lore of the realms and everything, and it's built up as this epic quest where the hero has to recover all these artifacts. But it's just the execution is just so dull.
But Mortal Kombat's always been better with lore than it has been about plot.
Don't worry, Dwebs. Don't worry, Dwebs. When we get to redo Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge, that movie is fantastic.
You will see.
That's the best Mortal Kombat movie ever made.
I argue it's probably the best non-video game extra material we got because the comic line might be fine, but it's not perfect.
Over the years, it has shown the way to use my other senses in combat.
Most impressive. You are truly a warrior of distinction.
Now
That's a Google Translate line.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing though. This game was made in the West English-speaking world.
I am to enter his Mortal Kombat tournament. When I
You guys just don't appreciate John Vogel's creative style of writing.
Script writing.
Yeah, in fact, people appreciate script writing so much.
He's trying
to just be a story guy in the rest of the series after the reboot.
What Pedro is trying to say is that us gamers are the problem. We don't deserve good.
Alright, Nightwolf. Hello.
We meet again.
I am Nightwolf. I must ask you to leave this place before your evil taint defiles the sanctity.
Welcome, now fuck off.
I am Shujinko. I assure you that I mean no
I love that. I do not understand. I am Shujinko. My god, the syntax on these sentences is out of
I
whack.
can only imagine the voice actors cringing at
I love it, though. That's the thing, Joe, but that's exactly what I love it. The fact that the actors are actually perfectly earnest in delivering these lines. It's kind of like how Mike Pollock had that line in Sonic Riders that everybody knows, not just the race, but the special race to see who's fastest. And John even asked him, Mike, please tell me you did a double take on that line. And Mike answered him on the YouTube comments, nope, I did not. The creator, why should I?
Considering all the work we did for Winnie the Pooh Kado, I can't believe that.
No, according to Mike Pollock, Teo, it's not the job of the voice actor to question the script. Just read it, do your best, and move on.
Also, Shujinko, if you know that this will delay you on your quest, maybe you should put this particular fighting style aside until you fulfill the quest that you're oh so determined to fill.
Also, you were close with that, Jova. Hopefully by the end of this run you will manage to pronounce his name consistently.
Feel the force of
Again,
nature.
Theo, maybe when he starts being a better and more memorable character, I'll be able to remember how his name is pronounced.
Save for 7 parts. It's the least you can do.
Well, Dej, the 7 parts that we've been doing across a very varied amount of time here and there as well.
Don't let the audience know that.
Look, I know the audience love and adore us, but we're not perfect. We're only human like they are.
Oh, after all.
What? But I thought you were perfect! Unsubscribe!
To be fair, if there was an occasion I would actually try to achieve the goal of gaining a synthetic body, so just I can do this thing for all eternity.
Fine. I thought he said, to be fair, I would just, if I had the opportunity, I would unsubscribe. Like, damn,
Teo, didn't you learn anything from Scooby-Doo and Zombie Island? What you're supposed to do is make a pact with the cat god, so you can steal the life energy of young people.
I will take robotics over furries every day. So that's personal preference.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be a
Nothing
disgrace
personal.
to humanity.
Well done.
Besides, there may be the almighty sequel that tries to pretend like he was never truly immortal.
Yeah, it was Joel Spoken Mirrors, Jova.
No, thank you.
What are you talking about?
Turns out,
There's
There's a sequel to Zombie Island that ruins the first movie, and you're better off not seeing it.
Okay. To be fair, they don't outright state that it was fake. It's just that for some reason they turned Velma into this
The
arbitrary
skeptical, the agent, Scully.
Of all the
Now-
at this point, it makes no sense for anybody at Mr. Inc. to be skeptical.
And yet we do.
And that's why a pup named Scooby-Doo sucks.
And they also doubled down with the other movie that they did, where they retconned one of the episodes of that show where
God.
Shaggy wore a red jacket.
It's this thing where
the 13 Ghosts movie. You know, the movie that was supposed to wrap up things by finally completing the 13 Ghost quest turned into some quest that suggested that the thing was all just hallucination, smoke and mirrors. You know what? I don't really like talking about that.
Yeah,
it's this thing where writers want to have their Molly and Scully type of dynamic, whereas Scully is the Mulder and Scully. Mulder and Scully. What did I say? Why did I say Mulder and Scully? Ugh.
You watch too much. You watch too much. Okay, watch, Pedro.
Well, actually, no. There's no Molly in the English dub too.
He's referring to how Yokai Watch does those parody name things, and so you default.
Yeah.
It sounds
No.
like
But that's the thing, Joe. But even in the X-Files parody, they don't call them Molly. So I don't even know where I got the name Molly from.
But why would I want to? Why would I need to watch another show for a parody of X-Files when I can watch anyone's recently written by Chris Carter?
The creator, yeah. But anyway. No, it's because Theo, the most recent X-Files, which was made by the original creator, is so bad that it kind of comes across as more of a parody.
I heard one of the movies was also bad, but again, I haven't seen it.
Well, regardless,
I want to believe.
Well, regardless, though, it's this thing where writers want to have their Mulder and Scully type of dynamic, whereas Mulder is the more accepting, whereas Scully is the most skeptical.
This is also why the actual Scooby-Doo and Supernatural crossover is probably one of the best we ever had. You know, it works. It's basically works in both universes. You know, and there is that kind of dynamic, but the Supernatural is real.
It's this thing where they want to have.
Yes, Pedro.
They want to have this dynamic between this is the skeptical character and this is the character that's usually very accepting and yes.
That's the thing. If anyone of the gang was a skeptic, it was Fred. Velma, while being more logical, of course, it wasn't like she constantly went, there's no such thing as this or that, especially after Zombie Island, where they pretty much had to accept the fact that, holy crap, there are some supernatural things out there.
And Daphne was not giving a shit.
It's kind of the same.
See, here's my thing. I always see it as Fred and Velma. Velma will clash, not because of what's real or not, but it's like their methods of approaching the solution.
But I agree with what Pedro said. They try to inject this kind of mechanic in these new movies, while kind of forcing it in going in a particular direction where it didn't need to go there.
Yeah, it's kind of the same problem I have, and don't get me wrong, I like Colors, Jova. It's just that I don't particularly care for how they make Tails so skeptical that Eggman has a new evil plan. When has Eggman ever not had an evil plan?
You literally thwarted him using a nuclear missile on Station Square.
Pedro,
Yes?
I can answer that question.
Go ahead.
Oh boy, here we go.
Sonic and the Black Knight.
Well, Eggman was not in that, Pips.
Exactly, he didn't have an evil plan in that game.
Well, that doesn't really count
game.
then, does it? I mean, obviously if he's not there, then...
Come on, you're better than that.
Did you do that stuff all the time?
Also,
Secret rings would be a better argument for you to use, Dubs. Actually,
That's not even Eggman, that's some other guy.
yeah, what kind of character was Eggman supposed to be in Secret Rings?
King
King Shariman. Okay.
Yeah.
Tails was Alibaba.
Anyway, what I was mentioning is one example of the kind of juxtaposition that Pedro mentioned that also tended to ruin the product was clearly Lost, where two particular characters, where one character was leaning much more on the more scientific, rational side of in how to explain, the shit was happening on the island, while John Locke instead was the more, believer of the unnatural, the mystic, the supernatural. And the way the show ended, it's let's just say that they took a stand in that kind of debate, and not in a good way, to be honest.
Indeed. Might as well explain, since we were talking over it. Basically, what happened ever since we were in the Nether Realm, our spirit has been contaminated with evil, according to Nightwolf. So Nightwolf is training us so we can learn to expel the evilness from our body and spirit. Basically.
By beating the shit out of somebody.
AKA, we need an excuse for you to learn Nightwolf's moves.
I've heard of worse reasons, I suppose. It's just that,
It's a bit weird, though, isn't it? To expel your evil power, you have to beat the shit out of somebody.
Not only that, but again,
that's just video game logic in general.
Again, Shinjuku takes this completely at face value, despite the fact that this could delay his quest or something.
Shinjuku takes everything at face value.
Well, Pedro, that's the thing. Normally when they do that, they're fighting bad guys, not whatever this is.
Well, yeah, this, but look at...
Entio, like I said, he's dumb as a rock.
Look at this, Red Webs. You're a Pokemon fan. In the Pokemon games, they literally solve everything by settling it in a Pokemon match. Or in Yu-Gi-Oh, they solve everything by playing a card game.
Like, they sell it with a children's top game.
Exactly.
To be fair, not everything is solved in a Pokemon battle in Pokemon. Sometimes you have to wake up a giant green Pokemon to tell a red and blue Pokemon to just work it out and
also,
kiss
I
and
forgot,
make
isn't it
but you have to battle your way through doing
Isn't
that.
in Black and White 2 the occasion where you don't actually get to fight the new leader of Team Plasma because he just gets arrested before you can fight him?
Look at that video game.
You fight him.
Okay.
Look at the Yu-Gi-Oh video games that we commented on. Yu-Gi-Oh Forbidden Memories. Oh no! These forces of darkness are taking over Egypt. How do we stop them? By beating them in card games. Oh no! In Yu-Gi-Oh Reshef of Destruction. Oh no! The evil ancient being Reshef, according to Ishizu, has woken up and is going to destroy the world. How do we beat him? Simple, by beating him in a children's card game.
And it gets even better in Duelist of the Roses. Apparently it is based on the actual War of the Roses, the York versus Lancaster, and they do that with a children's card game.
Exactly.
It's like that character from GX said, where playing card games is what life is really all about anyway.
Imagine, Dibs, if I forgot to. What was that battle where King Arthur lost his life?
Oh, the one against
the Battle of Kamlan.
I forgot the name specifically. Maybe
Shujinko spent many years with Nightwolf, who taught him much about the spirit of the warrior.
And then he died.
Jesus, no, waves.
Through Nightwolf's teachings, Shujinko expanded his consciousness and heightened his awareness.
He became even older off screen.
How many years have you spent with
That's the thing. That's the thing. This thing's only thing here.
He looks older than Nighthawk. God. Yeah, apparently the evil taint was helping keep.
Wasn't there a Mortal Kombat tournament that you were supposed to attend?
I guess he must have missed it, considering how old
Unless
he
you
is
were really
now.
playing the long game.
Jesus.
So yeah, everybody. Who knows? Maybe we'll still be in time for the tournament.
Our protagonist is late.
See you next part.
See ya.
Yeah.